You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Love in the City After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Love in the City After Show.
Oh, I like that. Yes. Yes. Marissa, you are smart.
Really smart with that one.
I love it. Hey, everyone. We're here for the new season premiere of Love in the City on OWN. I'm Stacy Ike, and I'm here to introduce my lovely co-host.
Hello, I'm Sterling Cates. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm Courtney Tezeno. Happy to be here too.
This episode was amazing. So as you guys know, it's a new show. So it's the first episode, first season, and we're getting introduced to these lovely ladies. So we have a lot to share with you that we've been discussing. Let's start. We are first going to probably talk about their careers, personalities, break down the characters for you guys. What did y'all think? Give me the first.
All right. So Kiyah is she's the kind of rock of the group. She got everyone together. So she's a hairstylist. Doesn't really have a base. Really, it sounds like.
Right.
But we were saying she's bi-coastal.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she's living in Los Angeles.
Yeah, she lives in LA.
Yeah. But as planning to, they're trying to get her to come to New York, so that'll be easier for the show, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And we are going to move it on over to Tiffany, who we've already established has a bubbly personality.
Is that what we're calling you? We're calling you bubbly?
That's one
Okay.
word.
Yeah, that's one word.
Tiff is great, yeah.
Yeah, so Tiffany is kind of the diva of the group, and she's founded her own organization called Pink Chose Me.
Pink Chose Me.
And then we'll go into more details on what that is. And then she's also married. Well, at one point she was married for a very short period of time at 33, and now she has a boyfriend. So she says that's her first real relationship. So we'll talk about that too.
Right. I want to get into Brashan because she's kind of like becoming my favorite, I think, because like she has this passive aggressive attitude and like she doesn't mean to, but she just like she always tries to hold it together is what I think about her. I don't know what you guys think, but
I'm totally team Brashan.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I like the way
My
she
favorite.
handles
Team
the
B.
situation she's been in so
Yeah.
far. Like she's super cool.
Brashan is really cool because she's a cancer survivor, and so we're also going to talk about her organization as well. We are warriors, or is it
You Are Warriors?
You are
Yeah,
warriors.
You Are Warriors.
So she has her organization, and then if we talk about her in relation to like
Tiffany. Yeah.
we gonna go back. Oh,
Yeah.
we're going back right now. I'm not there yet. How do you say her?
Shanoa.
Shanoa. Okay,
Yeah.
she is also kind of becoming one of my favorites, but just because like she's really like out there, interesting. She's married as well. She has an interesting background. She's a photographer, and she has her art lifestyle, and she has a very interesting relationship with her husband. So
Yeah, and I think she kind of goes above and beyond for her husband, and it benefits her, and it does not benefit her at the same time. And I think we're kind of going to get into that in more episodes, but the first one kind of revealed to us what she's dealing with.
And it also revealed that he completely supports her financially, like for her photography and her art show. Like, so if they're getting separated, which looks like what's going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I mean, she seemed pretty, not desperate,
Really
but
nervous.
really dependent.
Can we
on
be
her.
team like her husband? Can we be
I
team
know.
her?
Is it Carlisle?
I love him. Carlisle. Yes.
Okay. Can we just go into the relationship right quick, please?
Yeah, 'cause that's it. Yeah.
Because look, we got to do it. So we were talking about it earlier when we were watching it. Carlisle and Shanoa, their relationship to me seems extremely professional for no reason. Like it doesn't seem like a marriage. It's like they look. Obviously, they look like they love each other, but it's so like side hug and
Side
like,
hugs.
I wasn't feeling the side hug.
It was a very professional relationship.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was kind of like, and it was very formal. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's also because they're going through a lot at home, and we're gonna kind of be exposed more of that as the season goes on. But I think that whole like we just have to say it. She even forgot to thank her husband at her own
event.
her event
That he paid
and
for.
he paid for everything.
That was a big yikes moment. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
You
gosh.
literally said
I
yikes
know.
in the screening room. She was like, yikes. I was like, oh, you saw that too?
Yeah, like that was bad.
Yeah.
It was. So I think that's why they're having like that not so personal lovey-dovey relationship. At first I thought it was a friendship thing, and that's great. Like your husband's your friend, your best friend.
Yeah.
But it's something deeper, and I think we're gonna
Well, I
see
mean,
that
they've
more.
been married for 13 years, she
Yeah,
said, and the
yeah.
past 3 have been spent trying to get
pregnant.
And I feel like when your relationship is focused on that one thing and it's
know,
not
it's-
happening, I
yeah.
feel like that's just a lot of pressure
Yeah.
that it's hard to deal with. For
I
both of
just
them.
think it's interesting. Like, I'm not, again, like, it's not, I haven't experienced this personally, but why don't they just adopt? Like, I don't
Right.
Yeah, but
understand.
see, some people have a hard time with that. Like, and I think it's more so the husband. He has an issue with the fact that they can't have their own. And, that's something that they have to deal with in their relationship. And as a woman, I think that's hard to know that, like, your husband is putting children before you.
know.
Like, it's supposed to be about me and you. What
know.
happened to
Right.
that?
Well, since, go ahead.
We're going to say Chanita doesn't have a very traditional view on
I
relationships.
would, okay, see, that's why I love you.
She-
Okay, Sterling.
She brought up the whole second wife thing, and we all looked at each other like,
we're gonna
what?
skip into it now. We were gonna wait for marriage and relationships to be like this thing, but we're just gonna
I
get
mean, we
into
can
it now.
come up to it later if we want.
No, you pretty much brought up the
right,
perfect
sorry.
point. No, go
sorry.
ahead.
No,
It's
sorry.
awesome.
And so they were talking about how she doesn't have a traditional view on
Right.
relationships at all,
Right.
which is cool. Like, we're all different.
Yeah.
And, and that might have something to do with him not wanting to adopt. It could be his thing or it could be her thing. But she literally said she would be all for bringing in a second wife.
A real
for him
second
to
wife.
A real second wife for him to have like a relationship with her, have a kid with her, and then she's just kind of like
there.
But wait, I
There.
don't think she even said wife. I think she said.
No, she said a second
Are you
wife.
sure? Okay.
Yeah, like
No,
she said second wife.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
because it was seeming like, oh, okay, forget the wife, just go sleep with someone.
She
to
said
help
that
our
too,
marriage
but she
work.
really meant like sleep with this person. Like that'll be your motherly
She said
person. In
she
the
said
house.
that the second wife will be the caregiver
Exactly.
for the
and I
child.
will keep doing what I'm doing is just like giving you good sex or having a good relationship, cooking for you. And I'm like,
yeah.
And I think she's going above and beyond in that regard because she can't give him that. And so I understand it, but at the same time it's like, ugh, like it's a sticky
She
situation.
can't. She
It
can't
is.
give him that, but like I also don't think she wants to.
Yeah.
I don't think she wants kids. She's
Yeah.
willing for her husband to be in a relationship with
Another person. Can we
I
read
can't
that?
get
Yeah.
over
But
that.
we have to think about how long it's been. When you've been trying that long, like she's
Yeah.
been talking about how she's been injected with hormones and like she's been dealing with so many, illnesses because of that. Like it's
She's
been,
just
it's
over it.
kind of, yeah. She's
Which is
over
why,
it.
to me, I'm like, why don't you guys just adopt? Like, I mean, I would love to find out in future episodes, like, why they don't, or has anyone brought it up, or whatever, because they didn't mention it in this episode at all, right?
No.
Yeah, and that was, to me, shocking, because, like, once you start saying that you want a second wife for your man,
Then you've exhausted all other options.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, why haven't they brought up what would be, practical next? So,
Right.
Yeah.
I just
again-
think they need to move on.
Yeah,
to be
she's not
honest,
traditional.
like
You
it's
think
hard
so?
to watch.
Yeah, it
The
is.
side hugs and she's so unhappy and like.
Wait, you think they should get
she's-
divorced?
Well, I don't know. I like Carlisle.
I know. I'm
Kind of
like,
team Carlisle.
Really, team Carlisle.
You're forgetting about
But I also really like her.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't know if they want different things. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I love her style. Like she's like I said, she's become my favorite just because she's really perky. Like, and she's not Tiffany perky. She's like perky.
Oh,
so we'll talk about that later. But she's really, she has her thing going for her. I love how she puts her heart into photography and how important it is to her. So
Yeah, she's
that's
passionate about it.
really, really passionate. So I respect that, and I love how her husband supports that, and that's why I'm like, I really don't want, because when she started peeking
don't
into
want
separation
divorce.
thing, yeah, she was peeking into separation, and I got mad while we were watching the screening because I was like, when you say separation, obviously this is different for every situation, but they made it sound, I mean, if you get separated for something that you guys can't change, this means ultimately this will be a divorce.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that is really sad.
And
Like,
like,
it
what do
just-
you guys think they're gonna like do other than separate? Like, if they're separated, how are they going to resolve
Get better.
this marriage?
Exactly. That's what
Like, I don't even know what they could do at this
Yeah.
point if the whole issue is the fact that they can't have kids. Like,
Exactly.
If she can't get
have
pregnant, she
kids.
can't get pregnant.
Exactly.
Like that's nothing. That's like way out of
Exactly.
her control.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
they'll just have to figure it out. I can't wait to see.
Chanel, we're feeling for you. Girl.
We are.
We really are. We really
I'm
are.
also Team Chanel.
we are team right now. So we're team Sean.
There's
We're
only
team-
one particular
everyone
person I'm not
but-
really team.
Right.
I am a name any names.
You were gonna say something, Courtney?
No, let's move on.
Let's go in Brashan and talk about her a little bit, about her career, her personality, what we think about her as a character.
So
Bershan has the restaurant, and she is married to the boss,
to the real cute white boy,
to the real cute white boy. We were saying, so they were introducing all of the characters, and the first three, they were like, "Yeah, I got me a cute little white boy." And we all were like, "This is awkward."
Okay, that's what happened. I was like, "Oh, white men." Okay, I mean, I'm feeling it.
I mean, that's cool.
So do you?
Oh no, we don't.
I mean, I'm white,
so I can't. I can't with you. So with Brashan, like, I think one thing about her that first of all, one thing that really I said in the screening room was that her whole family's had cancer. Like, almost in a sense, she mentioned like so many different versions of it. In her family, and that was really sad. And just to see her have to deal with it as well, I was like, wow, like this is a really like
twice.
Yeah, this is a really
2007, and then it came back in 2009 at stage 4.
Yeah, I mean I just feel like her man has to be like amazing. He got to be ride or die, because that is a lot to go through, knowing that you're going to. He probably knew about her family history and that kind of thing, and for him to be like so team her was awesome. So I think that's a really cool relationship to be a part of.
Did it say how long they've been married? That was a while ago.
They have been married. Let's see, Bershan.
She moved to New York at 23, opened her restaurant. Well,
she married him married him at 33. So I guess like he met her around the time when she got this cancer.
Yeah.
So like that is such an awesome husband to have that stands by you through something like that.
And now, like, her organization, which we can go ahead and go in her career as well. You Are Warrior. Did I get it right?
You Are Warrior.
You Are Warrior. The first time I was like, what am I saying? So anyway, that organization is really awesome. And is hers not for profit or for profit?
Hers is for profit.
Okay. So full-time career then. I think that's really cool, because she gets to like talk about her personal experiences in this, and wow, when she gave that speech was really
floored.
Touching.
You like feel for her because she's like very
you can
emotional.
tell she's so passionate about it.
Yeah,
I think when you have that connection with something, you're going to be successful.
Yeah, and I think others can connect with that, because her organization is about like spotlighting other artists.
Exactly.
Who are going like, why are you inspired to do this art? And I just think that it's going to be such an awesome thing to see grow.
And I don't think you hear a lot of people say that like an art, not that of course art has helped, but she said like healed her, you know what I mean? Like she took it to the next level. Like people always talk about it for music or things like that, but she meant like artwork and different things like that, and I thought that was really like you said,
and then the guy brought up
I didn't know we were gonna do it or not. I wasn't sure if we were gonna talk about that, but
so they're all talking about like how art like really helped them through their surviving cancer. Surviving cancer is not any way related. And then that guy comes up and he's like, believe it or not,
awkward.
I'm involved in it.
Like, can we please?
He's like, believe it or not, I was involved in an international sex scandal. And then we were like, what makes it international? It's just a sex tape. Like, is really all it was.
What are you saying? And then Brashan, this is why I love her, because she was basically saying like, no, I support you too. Like Brashan was still nice. Like we were kind of laughing on the side, like how is this a real thing? But you know, Brashan still took him in and said, yeah, she's experienced something as well.
She kept a poker face. She kept a really good poker face.
Exactly. So she's a great character. What do you guys think about our other two women?
Can we please talk about Tiffany?
Yeah, are we there yet? Okay,
it's like
ready?
the elephant in the room.
Okay,
and we need to talk about it.
So she's a diva. I like divas.
Yeah, me too.
But she's very diva-y. I can't think of a better word to describe her for me.
Cor, what's another word? You got another word?
Extra.
She's extra. I love it. Okay,
so she just adds a little extra,
little flavor to it.
Yeah. She adds a little tension to almost every conversation.
Yeah.
And when she walks in every room, I think you mentioned this earlier. You were just like, she's doing the most.
I was like, every time she comes in, she does the most. Like it's always like this. I mean, like I said, I love a woman with her own signature style. I do. But when she comes in, like her style brings like drama. Like she kind of has this look. She'll come and she'll like stand, and I'm just like, Tiffany, like just walk like everybody else, just go in, you know.
She just has that personality. She can't help it.
Yeah. Like, and I like I said, I support a woman with her own style. So
but when you manage a fashion house, I mean, you got to look flawless.
Exactly.
Hashtag flawless.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
So I mean, she has no excuse to not look like a diva.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, but we're talking about acting like
Yeah.
a diva. She can tone it down a little bit. Let's bring extra down a notch.
Just one notch, because there's like doing the most. There's extra. Which one is worse, like doing the most or extra? I'm still trying to like.
I think doing the most
Doing
is
the
the
most.
most.
Is
And then
the- okay.
extra is like, oh, you added a little spice. We should say
Okay.
she's doing the most.
Okay, yeah,
She's
and then
at
she
that
should
level.
come down to extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
So,
should bring it down a notch.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, but no, Tiffany. I think she kind of adds a good dynamic to the group because they have to deal with her. So we all have that, one friend that we love to death, but you just got to take them in and take them for who they are. Because who else gonna take them in?
Exactly. It's terrible.
Well, and she also has she was a breast cancer survivor. So just like Brashan. So that is something. And she has the nonprofit called Pink Chose Me.
Which
So
is a beautiful title.
Yeah, she has a beautiful story. I just think well, I guess we can start talking about their trip to Africa. Bershan and Tiffany really had they kind of had an issue when they went to Africa together for Bershan's organization. And I think Tiffany just let that diva turn on, and she wanted it to be about her organization. And I thought, we ended up realizing that was a little rude. Like, she invited you to Africa, and now you're overstepping your boundary.
Right. I have to say something about that. I think that both of them have such great causes. It's a beautiful cause, both of them.
Right.
Both for breast cancer, cancer survivors, awareness, that sort of stuff. And I think that's beautiful. And it kind of bothered me watching the episode and seeing how they're making such a beautiful organization, and both of them are very great organizations, but they're adding so much drama to it. It's like they're competitive with their nonprofits and for-profits, and they need to remember what the cause is, and that it doesn't matter who has the better organization. She was like, I don't want what you have. I was like, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Remember the bigger picture here, and I just think it's kind of extra to bring
that extra.
That was actually a perfect way to sum up what just happened in that, because that's we were all trying to figure out what we thought about it while they were, we kind of all were looking at each other oh, I think Brashan's right, I think blah blah, because that's when we realized that Brashan is a little bit more passive aggressive. She's a little bit more toned down. When she's in an argument, she kind of gives her piece, and Tiffany was like, no, let me go in on how you feel, and make sure that you I clarified that I wasn't in the wrong. And then Kiyah, which we really need to get into, she basically said you were in the wrong because you were invited.
She's obviously the mediator of this entire group.
Yes, she's definitely, I wouldn't say top dog, but she's kind of what holds them, pieces them all together.
She's definitely the glue that holds them together.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I just think I think you're absolutely right. Tiffany and Brashan, they obviously have a friendship that goes beyond their organizations, but they need to remember that when they are talking about them, to respect each other's boundaries, because they they
and
both
it's not about them.
Exactly.
It's about cancer. And it's about the cause, and I just don't think it's necessary to make it about yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Especially when there's so many people who are affected by the
and who
but they're both doing great things.
Yeah, I think that is just a weird friend dynamic that they have, because they do have a similar organization and they're still trying to be friends. So they need to find that separation. What do you guys think that they should do to find a separation between career and friendship? I mean,
Bershan didn't even invite her to the
was weird
event she had. So I think she was separating it just fine, and then she
showed
showed up.
She cut off friendship.
But see, that's true. So in my opinion, I actually thought it was weird that she was so surprised, because I'm why are you surprised? This is Tiffany, you're a friend of her. It's not it's that weird.
Yeah.
But you guys are saying no, once you're not invited, you're not invited. I don't know. Do you think?
But see, I didn't think that. I thought that it was rude that she didn't invite her.
Me
because
too.
If you were friends, then okay, you're friends at the end of the day, support each other's cause.
Exactly.
And I just thought that was kind of both of them were wrong. So
they're doing the most.
Yeah, both of them were wrong.
If I wasn't invited by the person who was my friend, quotes friend.
Yeah, we gotta air quote that.
Yeah, sorry, air quote friend. I wouldn't show up. I just feel that's making it about me,
and that's
causing that drama, and it's not about her.
Right.
And that's what I was saying earlier.
Actually, that's probably a better point. I actually agree with that. I actually definitely agree. Because at first I was well, why wouldn't you show up? But I mean, if you're not invited by the person, air quote, friend, then.
But then
maybe
she was invited. She was invited by a mutual friend. So it's I think it's also that middle person trying to keep the friends together. So I think that whole dynamic is going to be interesting. They either have to cut that off and everyone feel awkward, awkward. Like we're not all gonna be
we gonna
together.
do the turtle thing?
We have to do the turtle thing, like super
Yeah.
awkward.
Okay. That's our thing for this show for sure. That and doing the most.
Exactly. But I just think that, you know, they really need to figure out, like, can we do this? And then Kiyah, she needs to, you know, kind of let them air it out before she jumps in, because that can add a whole lot of drama.
That's very true. Yeah.
And I get that Kiyah is the bond that keeps everyone together, but you can't force a friendship. If it's not there, and it's always going to be drama. But I mean, it's, I guess, a docuseries, but it's reality TV.
Right.
They want that drama. So,
Right.
I mean, do it.
They're giving it to us.
Exactly.
I mean, now
Not
so
complaining.
we've discussed everyone, but we haven't gone fully into Kiyah, so we might as well go ahead and give her her 5 minutes of fame, because she tight. I think she's
keeps
top
it real.
dog. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's.
I want her to do my hair.
Can you please do
Girl.
all of our hair?
No, but really, we air on. If you can be here by 5, we could meet up. But
Curl it up.
No, hairspray in action. But no, she. I think she's a really cool character. I would say that her style to me is the most distinct.
Yeah.
Probably because of her career. But I mean, all of them have really great careers, especially like Tiffany, you know, she has to be a stylist too. But her style to me was the most distinct, like the hats and the pantyhose and kind of the way she dressed. I picked up on hers the most. I don't know what you guys think about her overall.
Yeah, I love her
Yeah, I
style.
love
And
it.
always,
Team Kiyah.
Yeah. I think her style actually fits a little bit more with New York. So
Yeah.
I love that. And
Yeah.
she's going to that's going to be a great move. Great move.
What else? What were you thinking?
So we didn't talk about her relationship with her.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Should we do that, or
Are
what are we?
you-
Yeah.
Because we talked about everyone else's.
Can't avoid it.
Okay, well,
So
she with that
she
man.
wants a baby. She
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily want a man, but
She
she
just wants a baby.
She said she wanted a baby daddy. Well, she's dating a 27-year-old in Los Angeles. Cute little white boy.
which can we pause? Can you guys definitely tweet us right now and tell us what you think about that? Because you saw him in the previews. You see what he looks like. But what are y'all thinking about the 27-year-old and the not 27-year-old? So okay,
Yeah, so hashtag love in the city.
right,
Yeah.
for real, 'cause we need to know.
I thought it was so funny when she was like, "Yeah, I just want a baby daddy, and I don't want a busted baby." I was like, "Well, I mean, she's honest. I love her honesty, you know."
I was like, what about love and stuff? And she was
Yeah.
like, yeah, because was it Tiffany or Shanoa? One of them were like, look, like, what about, I think it was Tiffany, and she was like, hey, so like kind of grilling her about, do you want a relationship where you're gonna live, this and that? She's like, no, I just want a baby. You know?
Oh, but she's Miss Independent. Like, even after they
Yeah.
have this baby, she's like, oh, I can take care of the kid on my own.
Right.
I can drop him off when I need to. I'm like, oh, no, Kiyah,
Well,
please.
I also have no doubt that she would be a great mother. And
Yeah.
if that's something she wants, then she should go for it. But also, I think that she should, you know, she's got to think about the kid. Like, raising it, I get it alone, like, you know, single ladies power. I love
Yeah,
it. But like,
I think she should
you got to think about
the man.
you got to
Let's think exactly. Think about your man.
Him.
Like, he probably doesn't want to be baby daddy.
Right,
Like, he
he's
probably
like-
wants. If you're in a committed relationship with someone and you're like automatically like putting them baby daddy, they're gonna be like, well, why are we even committed if that's what we're going towards?
Exactly.
Like, let's go towards something more committed. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that plays out. And just the fact that she's with a 27-year-old, like, does a 27-year-old guy living in Los Angeles want to be a baby daddy? Or does he want to, like, and if she's moving to New York, are they going to stay together? Like, there's
I
just a lot of
know.
questions with
So
that.
then maybe we should reevaluate the relationship, because
That's true,
That's
because
the root of it all.
I feel like with their I'm not really sure how it started. I mean, she said they met in LA and this and that. So did they say how long they've been dating at all? They didn't. Okay.
No, they didn't say it.
So I feel like with that, like if it's been a while, like if it's been more than 2 years, then I feel like he's probably going to be more amped to be like, okay, so if you're moving, am I moving? Like, what are we talking about? But I don't think if it's less than that they might not even have that discussion.
Honestly, to me, she doesn't seem very attached to the
I
relationship.
know.
Like, she sounds like she's ready to pick up and, like, maybe get pregnant and then leave.
and-
Like, I don't think she's, like, thinking about bringing him with them.
Right.
Bringing
Not at
him
all.
with her.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like she's considered the man enough. I don't feel like because I also don't feel like she's actually talked to him about it either. Like, we feel like, to me, she was just talking to her girls about it and like kind of making the decision on her own. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens next episode when they're laying in the bed and he's like, hey, or she's like, hey, by the way, like, this is what I'm thinking. I'm moving. I'm this. I'm that. You can come if you want. Like, I feel like then we'll really know what he's like.
Yeah, and if he's just to go with the flow, then that's their relationship. We just
Then
have to
I
deal.
guess that's them. Okay.
Yeah, another non-traditional relationship on the
Right.
show.
Well, we know that I thought she said he has a little weenie.
Right.
Oh,
That quote
I was like, wait, why is she like she's putting him on blast on like national television?
But she did.
But she didn't say that.
Expose it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
That made me a little uncomfortable.
I was like,
There's a few yikes moments, and that was definitely one of them.
I was like, wait, how are you just gonna tell us like about the real? But okay, but she didn't say that. It's all good. Like, I think she's happy in that area. So let's move on. Are we gonna? Should we go into their health and kind of discuss?
Yeah,
different women
that's more of a serious note with them. So I think we see more of Chinoa in this episode.
Yeah.
With her, actually we see more of Tiffany because she's actually visiting the doctor. She had, before she had breast cancer, and now she's dealing with ovarian issues, like enlarged ovaries. So that was a little graphic.
I think that was really graphic. I'm not saying like, okay, I always appreciate a woman who is honest enough to tell us / show us what's going on in her body, but I saw that picture and I was like, I actually can't handle this right now. It's a little too much. It was just too sad.
It just makes it so real for you. Like,
yeah.
someone's going through that. But the thing that I love about her is she kind of like, she was dealing with it, but afterwards she was like, yeah, I just had to get it off. I'll drop 3 pounds. Like, she was very lighthearted about it.
You were dying when she said that. You were like, oh, 3 pounds? But really, girl?
But the way I took it was like, I lost 3 pounds. It reminded me of Mean Girls when she was like, I really want to lose 3 pounds.
And you're like,
and that's why I laughed.
We actually have real issues.
I would like to lose 3 pounds.
Right.
But not because of that. But no, but like, I just thought it was such a serious thing. And then she was like, I lost 3 pounds. And it just didn't seem.
Didn't seem as serious. Right.
Yeah. I think she was trying to like avert the attention from the fact that it was such a serious thing she's dealing with. But
she doesn't seem like one to avert any attention.
That's true.
Maybe she would be more dramatic, like, oh my God, I just lost it. Like you would think she'd be like that.
You're right, I would, but I think it's, okay, one thing that I think is really interesting about their friendship is that all 4 of them, I don't think Kiyah mentioned anything about health, right?
No.
Well, besides, like, the 3 of them had such different experiences and they've all, like, really been there for each other in that sense, and I think it's, like, I don't know how I'd be with like all of my friends, like us dealing with this really sad like stuff. Like that was a lot for all 3 of them to, have to go through. So I was kind of like, when Tiffany gave us so much of hers, I was like, yeah, I don't feel like she's going to like get all sad for us. Like, I feel like she, you know what I mean? She's the type of person that, the bubbly, she will do it. We're still trying to decide if bubbly is the word, but she'll give us the meat and then she'll move on. Like, I feel like she's that, she's drama and then she's over it. So.
I really like that they showed all the doctor stuff, because I mean, if you're gonna open up and be on a show like this, we don't. I mean, the drama is cool and stuff, but it's like we want to see a real experience, and like going through that is really real. And I just think that and you can't put drama around that. And I really like that realness that she showed in that moment. So. That was a shining moment for Tiffany for me.
Yeah, we got to see a more vulnerable, not even vulnerable, but we got to see a more, in our opinion, real side of her.
Can we talk about how Brashan, like, so they're having lunch or dinner or whatever. It was lunch, and they're all 4 together, and Brashan starts talking about how she wants to get a surrogate, and Tiffany completely disagrees, which was weird to me because I mean, you have the eye roll, so it was just weird because we're like, but don't you understand why? Like, she's she's a 2 cancer survivor, like she can't physically carry a child right now. Come on.
It was rude.
And Tiffany was rude. Like, I didn't appreciate that.
I thought it was just really insensitive. Yeah. And then Chinoa's sitting right there, and she's been trying for 3 years to get pregnant. And I just think saying that, she was like, I want to do it the natural way. Yeah. And like that's just like some people can't. Yeah. And I just thought that was really insensitive. But
very. I mean, and that's your friend that you're saying that to. Like, you have to have like some type of conscience to know like that's not okay to say. So it just bothered me.
Right.
What do you think about the comment when she said that the surrogate was going to be mixed, and she was like, "Oh, that's perfect, black and white," because her husband's white. So I just thought that was really funny. I'm like, "Oh, okay,
that was really funny." I mean, they're honest.
They love to do that. So
yeah.
What were you going to say something?
No, go for it.
No, okay. Well, I was just going to talk about going back to Chinoa and like her 3 years of fertility doctors and how much that's been in terms of she talked about her savings account. They talked about how much they've put into it. What would you guys do if you were in this situation? God forbid. But if you were in this situation, you're married, you're trying to please your husband in every way possible. I mean, what do you think? Would you go through that long, or would you just...
I think I would go through it that long, but there has to be a cutoff, and your husband has to understand that. So it seems like their cutoff is a separation, and that's not really saying much about the marriage. Yeah. But I think I would go through that, and then we got to talk about other options. If you really want kids, let's adopt.
Yeah.
Like, let's not let this ruin our relationship when we've gone through this together. Like, that would be a complete waste if we just let it go to,
Yeah, and I think when it comes to something that serious and you're bringing in another human in this world, you really got to think about, you both got to want it. Like, I get that she wants to please her man and like all this stuff, and that totally makes sense, but she's got to want it. And to me, like, I feel like she wanted it in order to please him, but she's got to want it for herself too. And I think Kiyah was telling her, was it she was telling her that she got to do it for yourself too.
Exactly.
And I think that was a really good point because, well, for me personally, what would I do? I want kids. So for me, it's like a no-brainer. I would adopt or explore other options or whatever, but I'm not her. So she's got to do it for herself, and she's got to figure out, what she wants to do for her, because it isn't just about pleasing him, but you're bringing another human in this world, and you gotta be in it. And if she wants a second wife to be a caregiver,
I think it's out of desperation at this point. And when you've gone through so much,
it's physically and emotionally draining. And she's like, I can't put another hormone in my body. I feel for her. Like that's got to be tough. Like,
But I don't like how it was one part where she said, like, she's kind of gonna internalize the fact that her husband would have to sleep with someone else. Like, this shouldn't be an option.
It doesn't have to happen. You don't actually have to suggest that, which I don't think she's brought up to him yet. I mean, maybe it was just girl talk. I'm really hoping it just stayed at that table, because I think that's completely giving up. Like, that you're inviting someone in basically to ruin you guys' marriage. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. So desperation. I do understand that though.
But then how do you guys think the surrogate's gonna feel coming into a marriage just like that? Like,
what do you mean? I mean, awkward turtle. I just think that's really awkward. I don't know.
I think it's going to be interesting, and we would love to know what you guys think. So make sure you hit us up on iTunes. Make sure you download the app, the AfterBuzz TV app. We just got one, so for your iPhone and your Android, make sure you download that so you can check us out. Make sure you rate us, give us 5 stars, and tell us what you think about the show, especially giving us your comments about this new series and what you think about the characters and what you think about Shanoa in this specific situation. So just make sure you check those out. Check us out on AfterBuzz TV, iTunes, download it on your podcast, and you can watch it on YouTube.
Yep. And I don't know what that was, but
and clump.
Yep.
Earthquake.
Right. Oh my gosh, I hope not. But so I think we should discuss a little bit more about Kiyah and her, I guess, just like her overall career. I think to me, maybe I love her career the most because it's like celebrity hairstylist. Like, I'm fabulous. When she said she did Carrie's hair, I was I'm feeling, first thing. So I guess, what do you guys think about her? I mean, of course, I feel like we all support an independent woman. Oh, so we're all good with that.
100%.
But to me, she's extremely like different from, I would say, Shanoa, because Shanoa talked about how she needs to like financially, support herself if and when her husband and her get separated. So I just wanted to kind of like compare those two in terms of the careers and how they got to where they were. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, they're definitely very different. I think they're both very strong. Shanoa has gone through a lot, especially in the past 3 years. But I think Kiyah she's just that definition of like a strong, independent. She's like the Beyonce of hairstylists.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I mean, I just think, awesome. And the fact that she is 100% ready to have a kid, she doesn't need a man, which is cool. Like, different strokes for different folks, but she's ready for that. And I think, I don't doubt that she could do it.
Yeah.
I think I would say that she's more of a hustler, and I don't think that Shanoa doesn't have it in her. I just think she's had a few roadblocks that have stopped her, and it's unfortunate that her health has kind of held her back. But I think that she's kind of Kiyah has kind of like got her gears going, and like she's making these connects. Like, I think her career has kind of gone a little further because she hasn't had to deal with that, and she's naturally just a grinder.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there was one part during the episode that we kind of all freaked when Shanoa was giving her speech, her thank you speech to her team, and she forgot about her hubby, which we are all team him, so we're kind of sad, and I was a little upset by the way she went back and did it. I thought I was doing the most, but I know you had a different comment.
I thought she recovered. There was no way to successfully recover from that. Forgetting your husband did all that for you, so I think she had to go back and do that. But at the same time, I kind of think in the episodes we're going to see, I think we should start calling it strikes. And I think that was her strike one. I absolutely think that was her strike one with her husband and this whole separation thing, and she had to recover. So maybe she got like half a strike put back on. on. But
He just, I mean, what'd you think?
She had to thank him.
Yeah.
Thank him. Like,
Oh, she did.
And she was looking around the room and naming people out, and like the fact that she was looking around the room and she didn't even see him when he paid for the whole thing. I mean, she had to thank him. But the part when she was like, "Oh my God, I completely forgot about," like, instead of making a big deal about it, just grab the mic and do it.
That's what I'm saying. This is your event. You don't actually have to like ask anyone for anything. It's yours. So all you have to do is grab the mic, say what it was, and move on. But that's what I meant by doing the most. Like, I appreciate that she went back. I appreciate that she recovered. I just felt like the way she did it was so like, oh my God. And he was like, "I'm just your husband."
Really embarrassing.
Yeah, you're doing too much. Like, okay, everyone's, now everyone knows you forgot me. Like, if somebody else who maybe wasn't us would just be like, "Oh, okay, she's just thinking like her team." She didn't think her friends.
yeah, and
So-
Kiyah was like, "I'm a leader." Like,
She was like, "I'm cool."
Oh yeah, I'm cool. I was like,
she's so funny. But no, I think yeah, like you guys are saying, she should have just recovered differently, and it could have been an even more special moment if she's like, "I want to do a separate speech for my husband." That would have been so bomb. Like, but she dropped the ball.
yeah, that was my only issue with that. Like, like he seems to be a great husband, so it's hard when like that was to me like a punch. I feel like we should give her a full strike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she doesn't get.
I think it was full.
I think that just speaks to what we were talking about earlier with how the dynamic in their relationship is just so formal,
Professional,
yeah,
yeah.
professional. Like if you're with this person, I get like they're going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
So I mean that could slip your mind, but that's got to be that person that you love and you're with. That's got to be the first thing when
On your mind.
Yeah, like people that get Oscars and stuff, they're like first,
Yeah.
first
Right,
let me
first
think,
person
let
is
me,
this person.
yeah.
It better not, like, I mean, I don't know who my first person would think, but I don't think it would be like the music video director. Like, I feel like it would probably be my mama.
Right, I was
You know?
gonna say, like,
Or,
thank you, Mom.
Yeah, someone whoever.
Are you watching? Are you listening?
We love you. But yeah, like I totally agree with that. So I think that was just a little bit of an issue for me. But she'll bounce back. She only has one strike, so
One.
I like her.
yeah. I think all 4 women are bomb. Like, they all have something to bring to the table, which is awesome. I was gonna say one thing I love about them is like 2 are married, 2 aren't, and then like their relationship views are extremely different from each other.
different.
And I love that because they bounce off each other. They're honest, and I feel like in a friendship you really need that. I know that I have my friends that I have to chat with. One of them sitting right there. Because relationships are hard, and you need to have a friend that's like, actually, you were wrong, and you need to fix that. And I think that's what I really love about that, because Tiffany was so honest with Kiyah, and like even though we think it was a little rude how what she said to Brashan, but
I don't know if their friendship there's a little bit on the rocks. I think they need to work through that, and I think it will take her not being passive aggressive. Someone has to step out.
Yeah.
So I think if she continues to internalize that friendship is not going to work.
I know. It was a little too. I know. Or is it turtle moment yet? Or no?
I don't know.
Just us. Okay. But I think again, like I don't know. I love Bershan. Like, I think she's really cool because she was 23 when she moved to New York, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start my own business. I'm tired of making money for them." I love that. Like, they all have their very like specific versions of being like a dominant woman. I think that's awesome. So, what about you guys? Anything else to add?
Still Team Bershan.
Yes.
I think she's my favorite. If I have to pick one, no, I mean it's only the first episode,
right?
So I could, but I like her realness.
Yeah, agree. I think she's my favorite, but I also love Kiyah. So, and I love that she just keeps the group together. You need that.
She's funny.
Need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she is the funniest. So I guess we can go ahead and move on to predictions.
So we saw some.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
She was like, "Oh." Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
So we saw, for what they're gonna do next week. So Kiyah's gonna move. Well, it looks like she's going to.
Right.
I mean, she kind of has to. It's love in the city.
In which
New York
city
City.
exactly?
Yeah, like we can't be Skyping every day, girl.
Is she in love though? Like, that's the thing. It's like not much love.
Exactly.
And then Tiffany seems like she's gonna move in with her boy toy. So that's like pretty serious then. Like, she didn't talk about it that much.
For us
then
to see that,
then she was like, "I'm moving in." I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, they must be more serious."
Do you think Tiffany's gonna be able to handle it, knowing like the character she has, and you know, her divorce past, which we don't really know too much about her ex-husband. I mean, she just said it was young and it didn't work out. So, but what do you think about?
Well, she said this is like her first real relationship, so I'm interested to see like what it actually is.
Right.
Yeah, like I want her to take it slow this time. Like just let it.
It's too late. They're moving in.
They're moving in, but they're also older. So that's like that. You have to put that in the.
That's true. That's true. That could still be at a slow stage. Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like we really can't speak to it until we get to know him. Like we know Carlisle.
Carlisle for real.
But I mean, I think for her, I think that's great. She's moving in if she is having this real relationship. But I can't say anything until I know. But she did get married when she was 33, I think, in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who knows? But that's going to be interesting because now she's not single. She's living with someone.
Exactly.
So that's like a huge
That's
step.
a whole nother dynamic in a relationship.
Exactly.
That's
What are you
crazy.
thinking for any predictions?
For predictions, I'm still stuck on Bershan and Tiffany. I don't think that's gonna last
At all. It has to last.
I think it's gonna be fake unless they resolve their stuff and they're upfront and the passive aggressiveness stops. I think it's gonna be a fake surface level relationship. I don't know what you guys think, but let us know.
I would, yeah. I mean, I really hope not. I think you're right in terms of the lunch. To me, was the most like rocky. And oh, actually, I lied. When she showed it to her event, that was the worst. I was like,
okay, show me around. I was like, you're
don't brush across the fact that
she
this
was
is
like,
awkward.
She was like, yeah, you look uncomfortable. Move on. So I mean, I don't know. I think I'm stuck on Kiyah right now, and I really want to know what she's gonna tell her boyfriend about like moving to New York and having the baby. Like, I really want to see how he's gonna react to like, by the way, I want you to be just my baby daddy.
Yeah,
like that's a little.
That's another awkward turtle.
That's definitely that's end on. That's because like who says that? Like who says Marissa's doing an awkward turtle to you guys? Yeah. So we would love to see what you guys think. Do you guys have any other predictions you want to add for next week's episode?
Well, it looks like there's going to be more tension. Like Shanoa looks like she gets in on the whole Tiffany drama too because they're planning Kiyah's birthday party.
Right.
So I'm interested.
Oh
to
my
see,
gosh, you're right.
Yeah, and they were like, Tiffany hasn't done anything, so I'm interested. Like, I'm eager to see what happens with that.
Last thing with me are the strikes. I just need to see if the strikes in the relationship with her husband and with her friends. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, we definitely want to know what you guys think. This is the first episode for Love in the City, so we're really excited to see if you think it's going to go well, up, down, turn around, whatever. So make sure you leave a comment. We love to read those on YouTube, and check us out on AfterBuzz TV next week. I'm Stacy Ike, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at OneTakeStace. Where can they find you, lovely ladies?
You can find me at Sterling Cates, just my name. So,
and you can find me at Tezeno, Teznos.
Yay! Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.